How would I invest $1 million schmackaroos? All right, my friends, I'm back walking again. I found one of the reasons I think I have about 5 extra pounds. 10? Did someone say 10? You're probably right. It's because I'm only walking 2 or 3 miles every other day when I do my pull-ups and other weightlifting. So I'm trying to get back. It just occurred to me, I think last night, my wife was telling me. I said, man, I got to start getting back out here. Get a good sweat, get a good heartbeat going. Woo, feels good. Not taking Pablo, because Finney would be very, very jealous. Finney's a very jealous, overweight lover. Overweight lover in the house. Who knows that singer? Who knows who sang the Overweight Lover song? Put in the dibbly-doo, and you'll win the interwebs. All right, so a number of you guys send me videos on defense of the 4%, the rebound, the 60-40 portfolio as opposed to bucket strategy. I get it. All the stuff I get, man. I like the bucket strategy because I think there's inherent risk mitigation when you're when you know you have that cash. But I get it, man, 100%. All these videos though drive me up the wall because I always assume your spending adjusts each and every year with inflation. And oh, by the way, in case you're wondering, my shirt's dirty. My birthday yesterday had some barbecue for lunch. I had some leftover. Probably shouldn't have wore a white t-shirt when I was eating barbecue ribs, but with Memphis sauce. But there you go. That's professionalism as you come to expect here at Heritage Wealth Planning. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, so let's go back to this. All these videos say, hey, you're going to spend 44% a year adjusted with inflation. I just find that to be fanciful. There's no evidence of that. On top of that, I don't even want to get into it. I've done so many videos on this, it bores me. But be it as it may. If I had $1 million right now, what would I do in terms of investing? You ready? I'd dump it all in Wellington and just be done with it. And I'd take what I need from the Wellington. If I need $50,000, I'm selling $50,000 cash money on the front end, put it in my checking account, and I'm putting the rest in Wellington. Well, it'd be $950, all right? So I have that in a separate checking account. Charlotte and me put $50,000 in there. You know, let's assume there's taxes already been taken out. Let's assume that $1 million is what I netted. If the tax has been taken out, well, you have to deal with that too, amigos. Another reason why I wish you would stop deferring all these assets. I tell you, man, I've been talking to a guy just this morning, as a matter of fact, and he's going to retire a little bit early, and he's going on Obamacare most likely. He's got like $400,000 sitting in cash in brokerage accounts. Dude, he's like, you'll get crazy cheap Obamacare, crazy cheap Obamacare, because you got post-tax accounts. I'm telling you, pay the taxes while the cash flow is good. I'm paying my taxes now while the cash flow is good. Feast and famine, baby. Maybe that's what I got to do next time. My next book, The Feast and Famine Retirement Portfolio. So you paid the taxes. Well, you got the free cash flow which to pay the taxes. You're making money. You got a steady job, a petty state check. You said, I'm just going to pay these suckers now because when I'm on a fixed income, the one expense I don't want is taxes. But Josh, you're in a higher tax bracket. I grant you. Pay it while the getting's good. Get those suckers behind you. So when retirement comes, you're getting older and creaky bones and tired. You don't want to have to go to some crappy little job. Just pay the taxes. You're like, man, those taxes are behind me. Look, man, you can spreadsheet this till you're blue in the face, proving I'm wrong. You're not proving anything. You're trying to prove a future event. You can't. Prove that gravity exists. Prove it. I invite you to prove it that exists. We can observe. You can't prove it. You can't prove the 4%, 5%. You can't prove any of this stuff. One thing you can do is knock down your expenses, mortgage, debt, stupid student loans, stupid mass consumption debt, and taxes. A couple of the biggest expenses you're going to have in retirement are taxes and homeowners or property cost of property. Your household expenditures, i.e. through your home, plus your income taxes, going to be some of the biggest expenses you're going to have. Now, if you're on Obamacare, tip of the hat to old Obama. Yeah, Obama. Thanks, Obama. You can reduce that pretty significantly by not showing much an income on your 1040. At some point, I would imagine Obamacare will be situated just like Medicaid is based on your net worth. It's only going to make sense. It's not like that today, though. It's based on income. And that kind of makes sense, man. Charge people who have higher income, higher premium. It's a user fee, essentially. I don't have any inherent problem with that, frankly. I think it's odd that you can be a multi-millionaire with all your money sitting in cash and qualify for Obamacare credits. But hey, them's the rules. We didn't make them. We're just playing by it. All right, so what you do, you got $950,000 now because you took out $50,000 and dumped in your checking account. Next year, you go along your way, you spend that money until it's empty. Could be in November, could be in March of the following year. I don't care. You know what you do? You do it again. And you do it again, and you do it again. Do I need to adjust for inflation? No, because what's going to happen is if we do have inflation and your expenditures is going up because of increased consumption or higher than anticipated inflation, you'll run out of money sooner. So come October, you'll run out of money as opposed to what you thought would be December. Now, if you find out you're not spending as much, well, guess what? It'll come March, will you take your next $50,000 out? Such a simple thing, man. It's okay, got $1 million, Wellington, $50,000 goes in my checking account, $950,000 goes in Wellington. I'm spending my $50,000. December 13th, it looks like I'll be out of money, so on December 1st, I'll call Vanguard, send me a check for $50,000 net. They send that to me. Got Alabama, Sanford, Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. It's definitely a southern class here, going to South Carolina, Alabama, Georgia Southern, and Sanford. I think Sanford's in Alabama as well. Following year, say, all right, it's December 1st. I put that $50,000 back in. Turns out inflation was higher, cost of goods were higher, whatever. Come November 1st, it looks like I'm gonna be out of money by the middle of November. I'll do it again, and I'll do it again, and I'll do it again. And I'll just keep doing it regardless. Why even adjust for inflation? Why even just put it in your checking account until the freaking thing's gone, man? And then do it again, and do it again, and do it again. But Josh, yeah, dude, I get it. But Josh, I get it. And I hear all this stuff as if there's any definitive answer to this. There ain't none, my friends. We don't know nothing. I can't stress this enough. One thing I will tell you, though, this is why I got to do another video on that today when I get back, on the engaging data. Just run that engaging data. I had a guy I talked to the other day. He said that was the best video I've ever done because he said it just shows you the likelihood that he lives beyond 80 isn't very high because a significant amount of people die before 80. A significant more die before 85. So the likelihood you're going to be around 30 years is not very high, man. Some do, I grant you. Likelihood of being you, not high. That's a fact. Remember, life expectancy. 50% of the people die before that, if that makes sense. So if the life expectancy for a guy who is 65 today is 82, that means 50% of the people die before they're 82. 50% of the people die after 82, but how many die between 83, 84, and 85 as opposed to 92? You see what I'm saying? So if you're a fortunate one to survive until you're 75, your life expectancy is another 12 years, 87, all right? So again, 50% of the people die between the ages of 75 and 87. That does not mean 50% of the people live till they're 92. It just says, hey, 50% of the people have survived to 87. 50% of the people died before that. I tell you, man, that's the issue why everyone's so nervous, because they don't understand how life expectancy works. You survive till you're 65. The life expectancy for a man, let's say a white guy, because old Josh is pale, and that's me, is representative of people who are 65 in today's culture. It's starting to get rained on. Good stuff. The life expectancy, I think, is, 82. Again, that is 50% of the people have died before then, 50% of the people die after. It doesn't say that 50% of the people die at 92, just as they died after 82. All right, I'm gonna put this phone down because I'm starting to get wet. We'll see you.